GEEKSTAR will be attacking first. BlossoM fans really finally having something to cheer for.
Yeah.
Outside of the occasional upset map win, like when we saw them get a win against Runaway. Otherwise, been very lacking for them this season, but looking good here at the finish.
Alrighty. Time to find out what sort of playstyle we'll be seeing from Dobby. I was wondering if there would be the off chance we see something like an Ana out of him, but since he's subbing for Waffle and not Who, you know, that chance is very small, and we're so far seeing him still on Lucio in the spawning room at the moment. However, it wouldn't be BlossoM if they weren't going to do something completely different than what you would expect.
Yep.
So we're going to see Orisa Junkrat here.
We'll be changing it up.
With the Hanzo. That's why Ons is in for this, to set up for extra burst damage onto the tanks. Leo showcasing the Winston for now. I think we'll probably see him keep it, to be honest, given that it is going to be the Orisa Junkrat. Pretty tough to run Ryan into that on this map.
Just going to be pushing their way forward. Ons up top and center here. Already so much damage going through. Really managed to keep him alive. Spamming out. Just coming up here onto the high ground. Knows that he's been spotted out. One tick almost surrendered. Now going to be handed over to the side of GEEKSTAR. BlossoM going to have to do something to try to stabilize here, but Mineral gets picked off. Second tick now gained. Leo down below half, well below it. Illicit does manage to finish him off here as they finally push forward in onto the point. Illicit gets another one. Who taking down the res comes through for Mineral. Dobby now going to be eliminated. Nice little pack there. Trying to get the final finish hits onto Assassin. They managed to break him down. Illicit. Doesn't matter what this guy's on, as long as he's armed with explosives, he comes up with the kills.
I mean, Illicit has been the X factor this season. He really, really has. I'd say Illicit #1 and maybe Mineral a short second after that. But his Junkrat on Horizon we saw, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, where he had an incredible hold, was able to build 2 Rip Tires in the course of a single team fight. He's very, very good at this hero. Now they have the emergency Rip Tire to save themselves here. One push.
Dragon Strike through the front of the doorway here. Not going to be able to clip anybody, so On's not coming up with much. Rip Tire pushing this one straight in. Double pick comes in. Yomwan and Dobby both eliminated. Storm Arrows here from Ons. Comes up with a kill onto Assassin. Gets a nice headshot there onto Leo to finish him off. And yeah, GeEKSTAR has to go off the side.
Yeah, this is still a pretty winnable position for GEEKSTAR. The problem is that they don't have a grab. That's the big thing that could really seal the deal for them here against what BlossoM's running now. The Rip Tire is gone, but because it's a ranged defense here with the Junkrat and the Hanzo, which is why this comp originally was created, was to counter goats, is, you know, you don't build that grab. Your Zarya can't get in there.
Well, Supercharger's up. Leo dives in, gets taken down. Dobby eliminated again, by that remote bomb. And another Rip Tire is about to be online. Couple ultimates ready to go here from GEEKSTAR. Still going to be lacking that rally, that grab. Extended fight could build it.
It's rough because if you want to build it here, you've got to use the trance, I think, to approach. And then you don't have that for the Rip Tire. Not that it's necessarily going to save you against the Rip Tire, just depends on how that interacts. But it's nasty, man. This is like GEEKSTAR is one of the last real pushes here. There's the trance to try to get the grab.
High ground again coming through. Assassin sitting here. She drops the bomb, doesn't find anything. Dragon Strike, a little bit of an awkward downward angle. Jump up over the top. Illicit trying to make sure that he's safe to pop the Rip Tire. Will be leading this one in. On's going to be taken down. Sound barrier now gone. Finds a pop there onto Assassin. Rez comes back through onto Ons, puts him back into the fight. Be locked up into the Graviton Surge, taken down here by GeEKSTAR. Maybe this is enough for GEEKSTAR to go ahead and finally take the point. They will finish off Illicit. They get the Tori. They get Sia. They get the wipe. They will get the cap. 4:42 here on the clock.
Check this out, though. Doomfist May for the B defense for BlossoM. Nice attempt here by GEEKSTAR to grab that point. The transfer Who was, again, well-timed. The guy is just so good at these. And then he sets up for the grab. But let's see how this works out. It hasn't been very successful historically speaking.
On's getting jumped on. Ice block coming out. Drop down. Finds the punch. Who's going to be knocked out?
Alyssa is just like, sorry guys, I exist, so your team is going to have a bad time, no matter what hero he's playing.
Given some waves as they push forward. They desperately want that break onto GeeKSTAR's mech. They will be able to find it.
Staggering him as well.
Yep, forcing the jump off the side. They know that they're not going to be able to get him to swap.
Still a pretty big win to demech him and force that kill.
Oh, yeah.
We saw, for those who remember, I mean, you and I, our first Overwatch tournament we cast together, you cast Youngie before that, but the promotions tournament for Season 2, Mei was very meta back then. We saw Hakusal play Mei, we saw Nanohana, of course now known as Flower, play a lot of Mei on B defensive Hanamura. It worked a lot back then before people really figured the game out, but it's working well here for BlossoM so far.
Speed boost forward. Gonna work their way in. Ice Wall does come up, cuts off who? Drop down on the low ground. GeeKSTAR not going to lose anybody, however. Armor still ready. Looking for the same exact one, but they're ready for it. Shield bash instantly in from Assassin. They shut down Illicit. He tries to go for that repeat hit. Blizzard in, trying to kill off Assassin. They take him lower and lower, but he cannot quite get that kill. The Transcendence out from who? Keeps him topped up. Bomb up into the air. Sia looking for a pick. Not going to be able to get it. GeeKSTAR now responding with one of his own. Into the back goes Leo with a primal range. He's taking a lot of damage. Gonna have to try to top him back up. Ons, in the meantime, just gonna be sniping out with the right clicks here at the center of the point. Helps get the kill onto Assassin. Nano boost in onto Mineral. Goes low, drops down, keeps himself safe. Wall comes back up. She popped out of the mech and likely staggered again.
A little bit surprised we didn't see Sia use the self-destruct while the Blizzard was huge, but he held it, he waited.
Ons built another one in that whole mess.
Exactly. So he's going to have this ready for the next push. They're going to have Meteor Strike combo potential with that. Sounds really weird to say. I don't know, maybe the frozen Meteor Strike, man, pull it out of the freezer. I don't know, but they've got that one ready, man. It's the Stouffer's Strike. But but here we go. Like, I mean, like, it can work really well.
Hitting you with them calories.
Yeah. So that mac and cheese man right out of the freezer. All right, they're gonna rally here for the approach. The Blizzard hitting would be huge if it's not eaten by the, the D.Va here. It's the big block potential. I don't see Ons. It's gonna be big.
Yeah, Ons. It's gonna be spraying away. Looking to lock him down. The Blizzard. As it makes it all too easy. Yum1 manages to find one as he takes out the Tori, but yeah, that's about as good as it gets. Given some waves, GeeKSTAR gonna get cut off, taken down.
This is working really well, which is kind of in itself an anomaly. Now look, I mean, GeeKSTAR has been shut down at every turn with this comp they've been trying to run. They put Yum1 on the McCree, and he is a hit scan player like many of our other Brigidas, kind of were in the past. He's the Zarya player in this case, and GeeKSTAR swapped over to the Zarya as a result. That means they're D.Va-less though, and that does mean that Blizzards can't be denied. Another wall deny here. It's just, this is how this map used to be played, back a long time ago, but it's working very well. I mean, obviously without Doomfist.
Well, here we go. Illicit with the Meteor Strike. Just gonna be dropping out, making sure that he is safe. Yum1 eliminated. DPS gone, primal range. Has a nice corner there with the wall. Illicit will get taken down by a pin from Leo, who is shortly then killed by Swoon. And this is looking like it's just gonna be the hold here at B. 30 seconds remaining.
BlossoM is just making this happen, man. I don't know what else to say. Like, now we're going to have Yum1 swap back over to the D.Va because he needs to potentially be able to shut down this Blizzard. He also needs the ability to, have some staying power on this point that the McCree is not going to provide. In this longer fight, if they can build a sound barrier, they get the grab, there is a shot still for GeeKSTAR. Oh, going to try to wall the D.Va out.
Yeah, just going to be able to catch 3 here. Pushing forward, Leo. They got a ton of damage. Shatter comes down, but does not matter. No one is going to be able to tag into the point. The Mei working wonders here with Ons subbing through for BlossoM.
This is actually super fun, though. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of that. That's like great. Some old school Mei delay.
We go from Orisa, Junk, Hanzo into Mei with a Doomfist.
Like, please somehow buff Mei and let's have some more of this style again. Like, I would love to see it one day.
Can we just see BlossoM through to the round of 8? Do we have that power? Can somebody make an executive order?
It's not going to happen, unfortunately, but they are one attack away from winning this series, at least. The Dobby sub hasn't really been, you know, it's again, I think, just for getting him a little bit more stage experience. Hasn't been too impactful, but it also hasn't been a negative impact, I would say.
It's just, if anything, I'm just so confused. Because, you know, Dobby comes in, waffles out, still playing Lucio. Makes sense, whatever, get him some stage experience. But why is Yeonwon now playing McCree? Why is it happening at this point? Instead
of the point where they needed it against the Pharah, your guess is as good as mine.
At the multiple points when they needed it against the Pharah.
Yeah. You know, I don't have an answer for you on that one, but all I do know, all I can tell you is that Ons is teasing the attack with I've seen Ons play Mei with Reinhardt on Lijiang before, so it's like not like he picked it for only the Widow. The Mei obviously was part of the plan here.
He's like, yep, it's a 3-3, and Illicit's like, okay, let's
like
do it again.
They don't know how to shoot the Pharah, so let's do the thing. Now this can still work against what BlossoM is running as long as they can avoid that rocket damage by kiting around using the walls and the terrain of the map.
I mean, most of them are getting the heck out of there.
He's pushing them into Ons' line of sight, though, so there's always an extra threat. They're using the buildings very well, GEEKSTAR.
Only avoid so much. Leo tagged up. Power back will be coming through. Wilson around the back. It's a shot there on the Dove. He says, welcome to the stage, my friend. Takes him out. Pushing back around now, looking for Who. One more shot would do it. Can't quite get it. That reduced splash damage. Doing wonders for Who's survivability, but Illicit eventually gets his man, takes him out. Poop over to the side. Yeonwon's like, all right, yep. I'm done here.
Well, you know, I don't even think a crazy Mei defense here is going to be enough to stop the double cap potentially, because they've got very few ultimates ready. They're not going to swap to the answer to the Pharah. I think Illicit should very rightly stick with this hero and just fly right across, man. I think this might actually be a double cap. It's crazy to say those words, but all they need is a single tick to win this map and win the series. And this has been working for them so consistently, and clearly GEEKSTAR is still not comfortable to put Yeonwon on the McCree when there's a Pharah on the other side. So they're in the wrong spot. They're already on the point.
Yep, Mineral taking this one up. Leo's out of half. Oh, okay. They do manage to tag in briefly. Iblshi playing up. But Leo going to be eliminated. One more hit for that Mirage to be online. Solo ult, why the heck not? Obi will be able to get some link vengeance there onto Illicit, taking him down on under a little bit of fire. Bomb up into the air, not going to find a pick, but the cap comes through. Assassin arriving a bit too late.
And GEEKSTAR as well. He had his thrusters off cooldown. Now BlossoM just walks in and takes the win. 3-0 in the craziest Overwatch series I have ever commentated. I have seen nothing as crazy as this series that we just watched. Like, I mean, I cannot lie, I cannot tell a lie. This was pretty weird.
Yeah, it's been very bizarre, to say the least. I mean, GEEKSTAR can try to win one more map, otherwise they're staring down the barrel of a 0-4 final group stage match.
Yeah, and if what
would knock them to a -5 differential.
And I believe if what we're being told is true, it's very good news for Stormquake in their top 3 spot in the group for next season. So yeah, GEEKSTAR, little bit flustered here. You know, I mean, it's several different weird comps you're running into one at a time, but they're not showing any adaptability. They did not try even a single time to, by the way, think about this for a second. Did not try even a single time to run down left against the Mei wall. I mean, they're just like tunnel visioned super hard at the moment about the Pharah comp, the Mei defense, the Sombra that we saw from Lip. No adaptability whatsoever. I mean, it's like, you know, the calculator says syntax error or something when you type in one wrong value. Like, they are broken. It's what it feels like we're seeing tonight here. And BlossoM's got, I'm sure, something in store for us as we go into Escort too. So it's not over yet.
No, it is not, but certainly feeling that way. just time and time again. I mean, Illicit has been coming up so hugely here for his squad. Great drop down. The repeat attempt, you know, they kind of solved through that one, but I mean, he's just been showing off a lot of diversity in heroes right now.
That was the highlight clip of GEEKSTAR, by the way, right there.
Yeah, that was as good as it got, and then it was just, oh, hey, look, a wall. Oh, hey, look, a wall.
I mean, look, you can split in two ways. You can try to go approach through the center as well. You can try to fake this out. It's not just like, if this was impossible to circumvent, we'd see Mei on B every time.
Yeah.
You can go through the middle. You can go through the left side. You can send some through the left, some through the right, split it up. Because what they trade off in the Mei is, you know, a DPS, right? So you're, yeah, sure, you have the wall. Maybe you trap 3 and you think you can 6v3, but there are ways to get around this. There are ways to wait this out. I mean, it's not like Mei is the be-all that no one's seen before. This was like literally meta Apex Season 2 like we were talking about before at the beginning during promotion series. And, yeah, I mean, we saw meta Athena run stuff like this all the time. They got famous for how they used it on Dorado. I don't know, GEEKSTAR is just playing very odd tonight, and I don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, they put their sub in. They're not taking the series very seriously, I don't think, which is fair, given they're already in playoffs. The series doesn't have any playoff implications. But, yeah, it's been wonky, a bit weird. A little bit disappointing at times. Like, losing to the Mei, I could be like, okay, maybe they got a little bit flustered, frustrated, but the stuff we saw in Lijiang, and that's where you're like,
It's one of those things where it's like, is it honestly worth talking about GEEKSTAR and how they're playing today? Because I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'm like, we could just leave right now.
I don't know if they I don't know if they deserve the attention at this point.
Yeah,
and that's sad considering that they're in the playoffs.
It's pretty disappointing, and I think that it's going to change a lot of people's opinion about how they do enter the playoffs and how well they play.
Oh, yeah.
Because the consistency factor, you talked about it from the outset of the series. We've been talking about it all group stage long.
This better be one hell of a sandbag.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, but I mean, we talk about it so much, but this is not a team you can look at and say, wow, I look at this team and I think they're making it to top 4, you know, in the round of 8 after tonight's match.
Well, Ons, I guess he was just stopping by for a brief little moment there. Lip will be coming back through.
Well, he played both the defensive Mei and then the attack Widow, which worked well with the Pharah. And then now Lip's back in, so I'm guessing we're going to see more Sombra here on what I imagine will probably be Route 66. If it was going to be a Route 66 with Widow, though, you'd think Ons would stay in, so it could be Dorado. Could be anything, man. They try to pick.
Yeah, there's no way to pick around BlossoM right now when it comes down to Escort, which is a really weird sentence for me to say.
Yeah.
That you can't pick around BlossoM.
Yeah,
but GEEKSTAR just really can't do it.
They can't do it. It's going to be Dorado.
All right.
Which would be fun to see more Mei on from Ons. But guess not. So I guess we are just going to see a lot of Sombra here. Could see Orisa, Sombra, Junkrat on the A defense. That's something that you would never, which is also really weird to say, but that's something that BlossoM could do here. That would not shock me.
I don't know. Let's see. GEEKSTAR, can they do anything at all on this final map? Well, will be GEEKSTAR on this attack to begin.
Yep.
Pharah and Lip on the Widowmaker for this defense. So BlossoM still delivering on these nice, diverse champions, or heroes.
Well, I mean, they are champions of this series, that is for sure, man.
Yes.
They've already taken it 3-0. They're looking for the 4-0. Lip is on the Widow, which is kind of an anomaly. He's also hiding over to the far left side, so he's going to look for a grapple flank, Arrow style, for those who remember WGS Arrow. Had quite a bit of success with that style of play.
Straight up the middle, though, for Illicit. Rocket's coming down. Sees Gibbleshi over to the side.
So we've seen a lot of Widow Pharah where you draw the attention with the Pharah and then the Widow comes for the flank. It's popularized by Fleta and Munchkin. And he's actually just straight in the center.
He is just ripping them to pieces right now. So many members low. Someone almost finished off. A bit of a botch there. But now sees that the Zenyatta is alone. Takes a bit too much damage. Pocket comes back through. GEEKSTAR kind of self-containing themselves in the house. Do jump out to try to get rid of Lip. Drop down, Barrage is here. No one to protect them. Backline is getting ripped apart. Now push forward. Lip will be traded out, but yeah, the team from GEEKSTAR lose more than half now. And Dobby goes down just for Lip.
What's really
and they're still disconnected completely.
Well, what's really sad about it too is GableShe is about to get staggered. He wanted to go for the dive to kill Lip, and that's why he was so far away. But you have to remember the barrage. Like, even if you kill Lip, the barrage is going to be bigger if you're not there to mitigate the damage. They're not even running a Rhine, so there's not like Leo's bubble is the only way they can even mitigate the damage. Like, Rhine isn't necessarily going to stop you either, because obviously you can just get over the shield. But I mean, I don't know. They just brain farted on that one, I guess. Forgot about the barrage and sent their diva far away. Now he's tracking Illicit, but now is not the time.
Forgotten so many things in this series.
Certainly.
Jump up to the high ground here. Not going to save them too much as far as the Rockets are concerned. The Sombra desperately trying to spray away Youngwon's like, please, take some of these hits. But instead, he'll take a rocket to the face. Another barrage online. Illicit pushing through. Drop down. A lot of shots there onto who. Maybe overstepped a little bit. Barrage will come through. Manages to pop Leo. I don't think that Tori is going to be able to get a res here. Constructed from Sia in the corner. GableShe popped out of the mech.
Nicely done by Mineral to come in there and flank to do that extra damage there with the minefield. That was actually really sick play.
Swoon finishes him off. Should have had the...
Like, Mineral has been impressive tonight, man, on this Wrecking Ball. I can't say a bad thing about it. Like, he's been really accurate.
Oman swapping over to the Widowmaker, desperately trying to snipe him out of the sky, and here comes Mineral again. Pile driver takes him down. Push forward, Illicit, moves himself back. Leo going to be taken out. Rocket still coming down. No one able to contest him. Really nothing to be done about Lip either. Rockets just keep raining down from above, getting closer and closer to that next barrage as we hit under a minute remaining in the time bank.
Youngwon is looking for a flank here.
Okay, Assassin's going to try to match.
Yeah, this is going to be rough, though. Like, Lip has had the more successful Widow, is evident in ult charge and what we've already seen, so putting yourself at risk, although he does get the opening body shot here. Ooh, really playing with fire is Assassins. Positioning here.
Can't get the double tap, however, to finish him off.
He's got to be careful with his fuel efficiency here as well. Like, that was actually a little bit mismanaged.
Pops up over the top, gets a nice hit there on Illicit. Can't get the follow-up shot, though. So he'll still be alive and in the mix. Lip finding a tag. Assassin has to kite his way back. Rejoins in with his Mercy. GableShe going forward. Does get popped out of the mech. Instead, it's going to be in from who? Swoon as well, going to be mashing. Barrage online. Illicit trying to stay alive. He's able to do so here for the moment. Mineral finds Youngwon again. Pushing up towards the cart. Barrage ready to go. Illicit going to be taken down. Tori, Valkyrie pops. Swoon eliminated now. GEEKSTAR, have they actually found an opening? Minefield will be dropped in on top of the cart. GableShe holding on by a thread. Does finally get popped out of that mech. Lip scooping up a kill. Gets the hit there onto Assassin. Takes him down. Lip will be finished off by Dobby, but now who? Going to be taken out as well. Sia popped out of the mech, spamming away. Barrage comes in. They will get zoned off the cart. OT plummets and BlossoM get the full hold.
There were some really questionable moments for GEEKSTAR on that defense. The way that Assassin was playing the Pharah, let's talk about that for a second. He played into line of sight disadvantages, so was very unable to maintain his altitude. So he had to play behind the behind that roof, right? So everyone, we watched his first-person view for quite some time, or his over-the-shoulder view for quite some time behind that roof. If he pokes out, Lip kills him. So he can only take these single rocket shots when he has the chance, poking out with showing his head. the second that he has to go further or use his jump, he's in line of sight. So that's why it was really hard for him to hit those second rockets. A few of the times he just straight up missed. But it was a weird decision to try to match there. I think we're learning a lot about GEEKSTAR's vulnerabilities to Pharah. I mean, I was watching, I decided throughout that entire defense to really focus on what GEEKSTAR was doing specifically and small micro things. And I was noticing that, for example, Who was not, I mean, he's one of the other heroes is on the Zenyatta who can knock the Pharah out of the sky. He was almost never focused on the sky. He was actually looking to try to win the tank war instead.
And earlier on, you know, think back to the previous maps, you had to go over to the Moira. Well, didn't have to, I suppose. Did go over to the Moira.
And Moira Coalescence can kill a Pharah, but I mean, you're really reaching if that's your reasoning.
Yeah.
It's just these small things that just lead me to believe GEEKSTAR doesn't scrim against Pharah very often, which is one way to improve your ability against 3-3, but it does leave you vulnerable to the occasional Pharah that's really well done. I mean, Illicit's having the night of his life here. BlossoM's going to run a pretty weird comp here with the old Junkrat Orisa, or sorry, Orisa Hog.
Yep. Yeah, we got Hook coming through with a double sniper. Classic stuff.
When you only have to push to A, basically, it's a pretty solid way to get there. It's old Rialto slash Junkertown style.
Was it tagged up a bit here? Maybe sitting straight up the street looking for a shot in onto these tanks.
Oh, GeBlossom is isolated here. It's going to be a free push. Nice
way out of there. Yeah. Does manage to stay alive and in the mech. Storm arrows drawn out for an angle. That's going to be GeBlossom now popped out. Part will continue. Hulk comes in. Hook onto Assassin. Haven't been able to finish him off. Baby Diva, they spotted out. Push around the corner. Headshot into the kill. Swoon finishes him off.
Is GEEKSTAR even going to have 1 second to try to do anything in this map? I don't think so.
Ooh, okay, well, Who? That was nice. Out trades the Roadhog here. Dolby goes forward, kills off Illicit. Transcendence is out from Who. And now can he make it out with his life? Bomb's just going to be thrown into the side room. They have to get back out over towards the cart. Dolby skirting around the top side of this overpass here. Nearly has the sound barrier online. Yom1 decided to swap over onto the Tracer. Some swaps going to be coming from BlossoM. And they're like, okay, you know what? Enough clowning around. Let's just finish this.
Yeah, you've got the cart most of the way there. You've got 150 seconds left or so, you know, when they decide to make the swaps to build these ultimates.
They pleased the crowd. They gave us something a little bit different here for the majority of this series. But now we'll be shifting over to the 3-3 wrap around the backhand side to try to regain control of the cart.
It would be huge to DMAC GeBlossom here. He was the target.
Yep. Going to be looking to do Swoon taken out. Who comes up with that one? Sound barrier in. Illicit is able to assassinate Yom1. Great poster, by the way.
Yep.
A lot of damage through here on Leo. Even with the Primal Rage, not going to be enough to save him.
Hey, this could be it, man.
Yep, swings coming through. Illicit armor pack in. Dolby going to be eliminated. Stun. Through onto Assassin. He's down to half HP. GeBlossom with the self-destruct. Not going to find anything other than a pin greeting him from Mineral. They lock him down. They pop him out. Shatter ready to go.
Why not save the mech for a remech to contest the point? What a silly decision there.
Graviton is going to be locking him up right here. Bomb out. Not even going to be needed to pop. We'll just go ahead and close things out with that push onto A. BlossoM, they take a 4-0. They will not go winless through the group stage here in Season 3.
They do not. They will take that win. And, you know, rumor has it that means Stormquake will stay in Contenders for next year.
Yeah, it won't have to requalify through trials, it would seem.
Yeah, and what a disappointing series from GEEKSTAR, though, all around. As much as we can sing the praises of all the exciting things BlossoM did in that series, they did not play standard. They had some really unique comps, and the execution was good. Like, it was actually really nicely done. Very different from our previous series with Gen G, where they tried some new stuff and the execution was a little bit off. Like, Illicit did not miss the mark. Lip had a great game, multiple maps of Sombra, but also his Widowmaker came up big there on Dorado. And for GEEKSTAR, they were just not on the same page tonight. I don't know if they just simply already started celebrating for playoffs, didn't practice that much leading up to this match, which again has no playoff implications for them, or what is going on. But one thing for sure is that in today's match, in these 4 maps, they did not know how to respond to versatility that came out from BlossoM, whether it was the Mei, whether it was the Pharah, or just straight up Roadhog Orisa. They were walked over. This was a walkover win for BlossoM.
Yep.
And everyone is going to have to remember this series going into playoffs as the last thing we saw from GEEKSTAR before they went into the round of 8. And we have to wonder, how strong are they really when they're showing up in matches like this?
Well, GEEKSTAR not doing themselves any favors whatsoever. I mean, they're probably going to be knocked into 4th place.
Yeah, with an 0-4, it's pretty likely, I would say.
They're
I'd have
down to a
exactly.
-5 after today, 2-3. WGS going up against O2. Unless O2 comes out swinging and absolutely destroys, then
yeah,
it's probably going to be WGS moving up into a 3rd place spot over GEEKSTAR. And you look at who's in 1st place on the other side.
It's not a good look.
I mean, unless you are sandbagging harder than anyone has ever sandbagged
They've countered the Element Mystic, they know already.
You just know how to beat Element Mystic. You know how to beat Sparkle's Doomfist or something. I just... goodbye. Like,
yeah, it's not going to be a happy ending.
First round of the quarterfinals. See you later.
Yeah.